Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this Thursday. Hope it's lovely and sunny where you are. I feel like it is here. We're a bit summery.
It's quite summery, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm with Gemma on the producer's desk this morning, and we have got Anne-Marie in the demonstrators corner for her first ever craft along.
I'm very excited.
I know.
I thought, I didn't know I was doing it till you messaged me and was like, when are you going to make the cards for craft along? I was like, oh, I'm doing a craft along. How exciting.
I know. So I hope you're all ready at home. I hope you've got a nice cup of tea ready and your tools are all in order and you're ready to have a nice, lovely craft with us this morning. But before we go any further, let's just have a little recap of this week's Win It Weekly. So this week you can win this amazing stamp set. So there's 3 winners, it's worth £40. And this is our Botanical Beauty set, which is really lovely. So, and these are all £8 each, so that's a really good prize this week. Let's have a look what the question is. Domino's Japan trained which animal to deliver pizza? Is it A, reindeer, is it B, cows, or is it C, monkeys? Well, I have no idea, but I don't really like monkeys.
Do you not?
No, oh, they scare me.
They can be a bit, I know what you mean.
They creep me out.
I know what you mean. Have you ever been to, I think it's Gibraltar. I'm sure it's Gibraltar, where they're just everywhere. They're just like roaming the streets.
No, I'd be
I'm sure
frightened.
it's Gibraltar. And yeah, they're not, I think where they're just a bit wild like that, I think they could just be a bit too much.
And they're clever, aren't they? They're really clever.
They are very switched on, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine Kat's favourite.
Well,
cows.
yeah, we've already said this. It's definitely going to be cows for Kat.
I mean,
and I said reindeers. They could bring a sleigh of pizza.
Oh gosh.
We'd be down for that, wouldn't we, Kat?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I would like a cow to deliver my pizza because I can imagine the time that would take.
Yeah. Although they can run quite fast, but then the pizzas might fall off the back when they run.
So
who knows?
Let us know the answer. I'm hoping tomorrow we've got some good facts about this because I generally have absolutely no idea.
We have requested footage from Emily.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, we have said, me and Nat both said on Monday, we need to see actual footage of this.
Yes, we do. Okay, so I think I just want to show you before we get into the craft along. Today is Throwback Thursday, so if you just quickly go onto the website, you can grab this Hunky Dory at Home key. I know. It's our key 9 and it's £7.99, so that's going to save 60%. And there's also a few of the printable cardstock on there, so if you wanted the inserts or the printable topper weight cardstock, you can grab them and they are 30% off. So yeah, if you've never had one of these before, these are our USBs. You pop them in the computer. They're completely jam-packed with loads of digital designs for you to just print off. So there's toppers, inserts, I think there's some concept cards in there, there's everything. And what's good is you can print these off again and again and again. Do you know, it won't ever run out. So if you make a mistake, just print another sheet off. It's perfect. So £7.99 if you want to grab that. But can you believe our club gift is sold out?
I know. It's always a sad day, isn't it?
It is a sad day. But there is, if any of you watching this haven't got it, there is a handful, and I mean a handful, I think less than 10 club gift bundles on the website.
Oh, is there only that many? Oh my goodness.
So it is this beautiful kit. I won't show it you all because there's no point. We're going to craft with it anyway.
Yeah.
And I know when we do a craft along, some of you guys that have watched us for quite some time would know when we do a craft along, certain things are coming.
Yeah, it does mean things might be coming.
And I've said to Dad, can we let that slip? And I said, because you would.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised he didn't on Monday, to be honest. Tuesday, whenever it was, he was in here.
And he was like, yes, okay. So, tune in next week. But yeah, so let's have a look. So, Anne-Marie, do you want to show the cards that you're going to be making?
Yes, of course. Jen, where would you like me to show them? This one? Oh, yeah. Oh. So, we're going to make this one first of all. This is like a little cute card. Do you want to see all of them?
Which one are you going to do first?
This is the one we're going to do first.
Okay, shall we keep everyone in suspense?
Shall we just wait? Make this one.
Yes.
Get a craft in, and then we'll show you the others after. Okay, so for this one, you are going to need 2 6x6 card blanks. You are going to need your You're So Sweet topper sheet, you're going to need this piece of cardstock. Now I haven't put them in the sets, so this cardstock doesn't necessarily sit with this topper, but it does work for us. And then we're going to use this double-sided paper, so it's got the sort of linen texture on the back, and then it's got that all over pansy print on the front. So they're your bits and pieces that you need. Oh, you also need a circular die set. We're using the straight edge nesting die circles, but you can use any as long as it fits. You don't even need to use one actually. If you want to cut it by hand and use the frame as a guide, you can do that as well, but it was just to make it a little bit easier. So let's get started with this first of all. So the way that this is put together, it's one 6x6 card blank, and then another one sits on the inside and it has that fold back in the front there. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to do the sort of inside one. So we're going to need the trimmer, and we are just going to trim this down so it just sits under 6x6. So we're going to take 1/8 of an inch off. Okay, so it's just under. So 1/8 of an inch is 2 notches on the trimmer when we're talking notches. So then that is going to sit inside this card, and you can see it's just ever so slightly smaller. Okay, so then this one is going to have the fold back in it as well. So what we're going to do is bring our scoreboard in, and we're going to score this in half. So obviously we've trimmed it down a little bit first, so I'm just going to move this up so it comes just under the 6-inch mark there, like to the edge of the plastic, if you will, and then score at 3, and that should give us that sort of halfway point. You can score it beforehand and then trim it down if you find that easier. That's completely up to you. So let's just give those a nice good crease there, and then bring this one back in and fold this in half as well. So you can see that that's going to sit on the inside of there, so it gives us that fabulous fold back. And then it's just down to decorating now. So bringing the trimmer back in, we're going to cut this cardstock down to sit on the front of here to create that 6x6 card front. So I find it easier to mat and layer this and then cut the circular design out, rather than cutting the 2 pieces and then cutting the circles out and then matting and layering them, because you might end up with the circles in different places. So I just find this a little easier. So that is just going to go straight on the front of there, and then we will die cut that section out. So let's get some tape. You can use whatever you prefer here, it's entirely up to you. I'm just a bit more of a tape gal, but everybody's different.
Everybody let us know if you're crafting along with us this morning.
Oh
or
yeah.
If you are watching and you're going to do it later, it's a good thing you can pause it if Anne-Marie's a bit quick or
Sorry,
anything.
am I going too quick?
No, I just mean...
Let me know if I am, because I know I can be a little bit speedy. Okay, so that's going straight onto the front of there. And then we're going to die cut this out first. So we're going to die cut out so that we can use this frame. So let me just trim this frame out. Now, you don't need to trim, I say this every time. It's just personal preference. I like to just grab the little pips because I don't like them sort of poking out. But you don't have to do this. You can obviously just push them straight out. It's just the Virgo in me, Kelly. It does this.
Jackie has said that's the only piece of cardstock she's already used, but you can do it with
you can use anything. Honestly, you can use anything. I've just used this one. Let me find you something else that you could use, because you can't, like this one would work. You could use that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because the beauty of this collection is it all sort of works together. You can totally mix and match, so you could use that one. You can see how it matches with the topper still, so don't worry about that. Just work with what you've got if you've already used that one. So this is going to sit in the center, so we want to die cut that circle out, and I think it was the largest one. No, it was the next one down we went with, because obviously I still need to stick that frame on. Yeah, so if we pop that one right in the middle, that frame, it still gives us an edge to pop that frame on. So we're using the second one in from the outside, and we're gonna literally just pop straight in the center. We'll tape it down. Let's just grab some of our low tack tape. And I always like to put more of my tape on the inside, because if it ever rips your cardstock when you're lifting it up, if this isn't something you're going to use, then that's the best place to put it, because you don't want it to rip on your edges. Let me pop those there. Okay, let's just pop this through the Gemini and get that circle cut out. Let me just bring it in a bit. It's miles away. What's it doing all the way over there?
We've got a few people crafting with us. I know.
Oh yay!
Gemma is crafting along with us this morning.
Oh, fabulous!
Yes.
Fab, fab, fab. I think it was Gemma that messaged me yesterday to say,
yeah.
she's like, do I need inserts? Because I haven't got the inserts. I think it was parchment as well. We do use the parchment in one of the cards, but it's not essential. Okay, I'll pop that back out of the way now, because that is all the die cutting that we're doing. So grab that card and just take that centre out. Now, obviously we have gone through 350 GSM and a 300 gram card blank. So if you, if that doesn't go through first time for you, I know when I was actually making the card, it didn't go all the way through, and I just had to help it out with my craft knife. So it will depend on your machine, but just, or run it through again, try moving it around, but it will go through eventually, or you can just give it a little hand with your craft knife. So then we've got that base there, so you can see we can get that frame on there beautifully. So let's grab some of our strips so that we can get this in place. So I'm going to use the skinnies for this so that we can go round the very edges.
A lot of love for this club gift in the comments.
Oh, I love this. When I first came across the artwork, when Jen first sort of shared it, I wanted to do a full collection with this, but we just didn't have anywhere to sort of fit it in on the roadmap, because we'd already got sort of spring boxed off.
Yeah.
And then when we were talking about club gift, it came up for club gift. I was like, pansies, we have to do the pansies, because it is just so beautiful. I didn't want it to be wasted. I didn't want us to not use it. Okay, so that's this part of the card complete. We'll add the sentiment on at the end, but that's that one done. So moving on to this one now, we need to add that double-sided paper on the inside. And again, you could use any of the papers. I am just going with that all over pansy design because I do just absolutely love it. So we're going to have this on here. So what I'm doing here is, rather than measuring my paper, I'm just going to pop my tape on, stick my paper on, and then trim it down. So we're going to take that right up to the score line, not on the score line, always remember just up to. Just make sure that's kind of sitting straight at the bottom. And then you can either go in with your scissors. I was going to go in with my craft knife, but it's not here, so we'll go in with scissors. I must have left it on my desk.
We've got a question, I don't know if you will know, Anne-Marie. What are the bags called that you can put sequins in for shaker cards? Is it just our clear display
Just our clear bags,
yeah.
Yeah, just our clear bags. You can get them on the website. I also quite often use the packaging that our kits come in. So the A4 bags, cut them down and just tape up the edges.
Yeah.
You can do that as well. But yeah, I think it was Bex did some great demos a little while ago now, where she used the bags.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. Okay, so we've got the inside of that. Then we need to do these two panels. So again, they come from this cardstock, so you'll see that this bit that's left over is going to fit perfectly there. So let me just trim these down to the right size. So let me just double check. Yes, it's just under 3. So we'll go about there. So that will sit on to there. I do have an upside down butterfly, but I think it's okay. And then that panel that's left will just sit on the inside of there. So it just gives us that little bit of colour on the back. And again, I'm going to stick them on and then trim them down, so we don't have to worry too much about the length of those and getting them in the right place. So again, tape on the inside of here.
Pansies will be in full swing in people's gardens now.
Oh, they absolutely will, won't they? They're such a cute little flower. I always think they've got like little faces.
Yeah, they do.
They look like they've got little beards.
Yeah.
They're so cute. And you can get so many, can't you? So many different varieties. It's just crazy. You just can't believe how many different kinds of one plant you can have. It's just madness.
So I know that you like house plants. Are you the same with your garden plants? Do you pot any?
We do have quite a lot, but I'm just not very good with them. We try and get ones that come back. I was saying this to Dan the other day. We have a plant called the Bleeding Hearts.
Okay.
And it's like little pink heart-shaped flowers, and then they've got like a little darker pink drop that comes out the bottom. That's why it's called a bleeding heart, and it's so adorable. And we don't give it any love whatsoever, but it comes back every single year. It's so good.
Oh, that's what I need.
Yeah, you need some. They've got a name, I think. I can't remember what they're called when they come back. But yeah, we're not the best gardeners. But yeah, we've got a lot of house plants. You know, it's essential, isn't it, Kelly?
It is essential.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is. Okay, so this now is going to go on the inside. So we're literally just going to stick that in on here. So again, double-sided tape or construction glue, your wet adhesives, whatever you want to use, onto the back of here. And then we're going to add this to the inside of this card. And again, just make sure you don't go too far up to the score line, and we've trimmed this down so it does give us that little bit of an edge anyway, all the way around there. So now we need to add our toppers. So again, we're going to take this central topper out from the frame. So this was what came out of that large frame that we've used on the front. There we go. And that's just going to sit here. So let's get a foam pad so that we can give that a little bit of a lift from the background. So I'm going to pop my foam pads on here, because if I put it back on the back of my topper I could end up sticking it down. So I know if I put one right in the centre there, that will fit, and I'm not going to stick anything down that I shouldn't do. And then we need the sentiment from the inside. So we have got, you make the world a little lovelier. So we'll pop that on the inside, because that's just very cute, isn't it? There's some lovely sentiments in this collection. And did we put that down? Oh, we did put that on a foam pad as well. We'll do that.
See, I like this. When you first brought it to me, I was like, oh, that's quite complicated. It's got a fancy fold.
Oh, it's not, is it? It's really easy, isn't it?
It's
really easy.
It looks
so
really good.
I'm just going to sort of lift that back so I know it sort of sits right in the middle. You can also do it that way so you can see. And then one final little topper, the You're So Sweet, that we're going to pop down in this corner, and I'm going to actually stick that on the frame so it really sort of pops from the rest of the card. So just using one of our circular foam pads, I can just pop that straight onto there, and then just line that up down there. And then just to finish off, we'll add an insert. Let me grab my inserts, bear with, let me get this massive stash of stuff. Literally enormous stash of stuff. Now I know they're in here. Where are they hiding?
I have some here if you want to steal.
I think we might have to, Kelly. Let me just have another quick scan. No, they're genuinely not here. I wonder what I've done with those. Oh, hold up. They're hiding in the parchment, the cheeky monkeys. There they are. Okay, so we will go with this one, which has got that all over edge design. On the finished card, I did use the pansy teacup, because that's what's in the image, but you can also use this one. So just trimming this down to just under 6 by 6 will give us that perfect edge. So I've actually gone 3/16 of an inch down there rather than 1/8. We've just gone down a little bit more. And then just to pop this on the back, I'm just going to use one little bit of tape at the top. I just prefer to do that. You can secure the whole thing down if you like, but I quite like to just pop one bit of tape on the top and pop that in place. So you can see then we've got that beautiful design.
Oh, it's lovely.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? I just love
really
how
is.
it sort of, it's just something a little bit different. We've got the insert on the back as well, so it all coordinates, because inside here it doesn't leave you a great deal of space to write your message, so having the insert on the back just finishes that off.
And what's good about a craft along as well is, I know during our live launches when we're a bit quicker, we don't often use the insert, so it's nice to show that it does go with the kit, and you know, it just finishes it off perfectly. But before I show you some items that are going really quick, we've just got a question for you on YouTube.
Okay.
It's, when creating cards at home, do you put the double-sided tape on two sides and at the centre?
Do I do two sides in the centre? It
Do
depends.
you put double-sided tape on two sides?
Do you mean where I put the strips?
Centre?
Like, so sometimes I'll put just one top and bottom.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I always tend to put one in the middle as well. I know Natalie's just a top and bottomer.
Oh, okay.
But I do like to put one in the middle. You could go diagonally, top and bottom and diagonal if you want to. It's entirely up to you. I hope that's what you meant.
I think
Let us know, yeah.
Yeah. So if you have got this kit at home and you just want to make sure it goes as far as possible it can, you can make so many cards out of it. We've still got the parchment on the website, so I think there's under 20 of these, so these will, I imagine these will go by today. So there's 8 sheets and you get 4 designs, but just look how beautiful this is. Anne-Marie, did you say you're going to use the parchment today?
Yes, in the third one we're going to use the parchment.
So you can just see how beautiful these are. I think I really like it when we've got full page pattern parchment.
Oh,
nice
I do.
bold.
Yeah, I think it gives you so many options. We've used it in like a little window, like an aperture.
Oh, nice.
But it's great for using as wraps, sort of cutting it and then folding it back to create that curled effect as well. There's so much you can do with parchment. It's such a lovely product.
And yeah, because you can get really rough, can't you, with it, and tear the edges. Yeah, so that's £4.99. So again, less than 20 of that. And then we are also, our very cute tag pad also is £4.99, which we have only just realised lately that this is the same size as our usual tag pads.
It is. It should be $7.99.
It should be $7.99. So there's under 30 of these left if you want to grab one of these at £4.99. And I was just playing with this before the show, and I've broke it, of course.
Kelly.
I know. So just look at those designs. So it's what you will see on that beautiful free gift with all the pretty flowers and the lovely blooms and all those lovely colours. So you can do so much with these tags. I've seen some great cards where they're used as toppers. You can put them on a gift bag. You can make a coordinating card and then wrap a present and pop one of these little tags on. And they are perfect. So there's 12 different designs in there and there's 48 sheets. And then of course, we handpicked some Miri for this club gift, which super ace colours. All my favourite colours.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I always say this, we put this together to work with this collection, but you can use this with everything. You know,
definitely.
You've probably got so many collections at home that you're thinking, oh yeah, that purple Miri would go with that blue one would go with this. So it's just such an amazing price for 18 sheets of your Miri for $5.99. It's absolutely crazy price.
And you get 3 of each of these colours as well, and we've got gold in there too. So you know you've got an essential colour and then those pretty colours as well. But like Anne-Marie said, £5.99. And I know when this kept going out of stock, so we've had to, you know, make up this pack quite a few times.
Yeah.
So it's super popular.
I think it went like the same day, didn't it? It was absolutely unreal.
I know, and when the club gift comes, we're always like, can we make some more of this, please? Upsetting everybody's order of work here, so just added more things to it. But you know, that's what everybody wants. So please may we see what you're making for the second
You can. This is what we are going to make next.
Oh, see, not very fancy.
Doesn't it look fancy?
Yeah.
But it's so simple to do. I just love this because it's great if you've got lots of strips and little bits of scraps and things, because we're actually just using Ink Me for the base. And then obviously our Miri, but then the papers we actually don't use a great deal of. So what you need for this is you need an A4 sheet of Ink Me cardstock. You need some gold Miri for the matting and layering. You need this double-sided paper, so it's the one that's got the yellow ditzy flowers on the reverse. And you need the In My Thoughts topper, so we're using this large one here. Again, obviously you can use any combination of toppers. It's just the card base really on this one that's a little bit fancy. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to trim this down. So we're going to trim it to, let me just double check, I'm pretty sure it's 7, yeah. to 7 like long ways, like that. And then we're going to trim, I'm sure that it is 11 that way.
Debbie on YouTube has put, love this mirror so much I bought it 4 times.
I don't blame you. That's an incredible thing to do.
Yes.
It's well worth it at that price, isn't it? Okay, so then we need the scoreboard because we're going to do our scores first. And you need it on the inches side. And what you're going to do is score at 1, 2 and 3 on each side. Okay, so 1 inch, 2 inch and 3 inch. Then you're going to turn it around and do the other side. So 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so that's going to create those fancy folds. And then scoreboard away. And then we're going to pop this into the trimmer because we're going to cut now along here. So if I bring the card in, you can see we're going to cut from the first score line to the last score line. And we're going to cut 1 inch down from each end, if you will. So let me pop this in here. So line it up to 1 inch and cut there. And then we need to line up to, I need to pop it the other way, sorry, because I need to go to 2 inches. I'll bring it down to the bottom so you can see better. 2 inches that way, like that. So that creates like this cut section there. Then you're going to do the same at the top. So I'll go back up. So 2, and then we do 1, like that. And then we're going to turn it around and do the same on the other side. So 1 inch again, there, and then 2, and then just bring it down to do this side. You could do this with a craft knife as well. It's not something you can really do with your scissors, unfortunately. You do need either the trimmer or a craft knife because you're sort of going in rather than cutting out. So what you'll end up with is these like sort of 4 sections, if you will, that are cut, and then we're going to fold it. Okay, so what I like to do first of all is just fold on all the scores. Okay, no real way, just as long as we're doing sort of a concertina fold of some sorts. So that just gets everything moving first of all, and then what we need to do is sort of push these sections in. Okay, so just pop them back like that, and like that, and then you can see how that just sort of pops into shape. It's so simple to do, but it looks so awesome when it's done.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be, like, I didn't want to speak because I thought, oh no, this is you need to concentrate on this part.
No.
But no, that looked...
That's sort of it. It's so easy. And then again, it's just a case of decorating. So what we're going to do now, it's quite a lot of matting and layering. So I'm going to get the gold first of all. So these sections are like 1 inch. Okay, so the 2 side mats here are, let me just check my words, mirror, yeah, are 1 inch wide. So we need to bring the mirror to 7/8 of an inch. So it's just under 2 notches under if you're into the notches. So we've got that strip. I'm going to do another one because then what we're going to do is cut those down. So then we can trim these 2 to just under 7 because we know our card is 7 inches tall. So that one is going to sit on the edge there, and then the other one we will also cut at 7, will sit on the other edge. So that sits, sorry I keep putting it out of there. So those 2 are for the sides. Then you need 2 more exactly the same to go on the 2 panels top and bottom of the central section. So that one and that one. So again, trim these 2 down to just under 7. So we've got 1, and then we've got 2. So then these are going to sit, if I just bring this back in, these are going to sit sort of top and bottom, there and there. And then that central panel is 6 7/8 which is like the same, just under 7 by 2 7/8. So I'm going to go a long way first. So just under 7. I prefer doing just under 7 than the 8s and things. I feel like it sounds more complex than it needs to be. And then just under 3. And that gives us that central panel. So again, I'll just bring that back in so you can see how those sit. So they're the sections that we're doing the mat and layers on. Okay, so then we need to do the papers. So these are going to come under ever so slightly again. So what I'm going to do to make it a little bit easier is I'm going to trim it down to the width first of all, because everything is the same, which is 6 3/4.
You guys must be so good with fractions.
Well, no, because we just do notches. I'm only doing fractions because I need to give people actual measurements today. Usually we're just like 2 notches, 1 notch. We're quite amusing like that. So then we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4 panels at 3/4 of an inch. So we'll do 1, 2. Apologies if anyone's centimetres, by the way, and not inches. If I've made this really hard work for you, it's just centimetres isn't something we deal in.
No, I don't feel like I've ever seen anybody say anything.
We're much more inches for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so then these 4 here are going to sit sides, top and bottom. I'll bring it in a second, and then we'll do that central piece, which is 2 3/4. So we're just reducing it down by 2 notches on the trimmer every time. So that is then going to sit in there, and that is all the matting and layering, all the cutting we need to do. So it's now a case of just sticking it all together. So let's go with this. So again, just tape, personal preference. I like the quick stick. In fact, let's do it all at once, shall we? And then we can stick everything at once.
A few people I've seen are waiting for the spring clean goodies to be arriving.
Oh, how exciting! Let us know what you got.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's there were some incredible deals, Kelly. Some absolutely awesome deals.
I always see Jen on our team. She just she thinks we're not looking, and she'll just go to the other side of the room, and she's made a little purchase.
Oh, just over to customer services.
Yeah, she just goes over there.
Oh, bless her.
She can't help herself.
Well, it's not surprising with those prices. They were pretty awesome. Okay, so let's get all these bits on now.
Oh, June has got the magazines, mirror pads, Christmas snippables, lots of stamps, and so many more things.
Wow, what a treat that's going to be when that arrives.
No, Christmas snippables, it sold out so quick. It
I'm
sold out on the
not
day.
surprised at all. It was crazy price. Okay, and we're not doing a Christmas one this year.
Are we not?
No, so yeah, it was a good time to get that. We've got so many amazing Christmas things coming though.
I know, see, Anne-Marie's in the know with all the Christmas things.
So
we're not quite in the know yet. We're
just
waiting.
Yeah.
So yeah, Anne-Marie's got all the secrets.
All the secrets, yeah. And I'm not telling you any of them. I'm not doing a damn. I'm not doing it. Okay, so obviously you could make this card base out of any cardstock. You could use some of the Adorable Scoreable, because we have some that coordinates, don't we, with this collection. I think. Do you have it? Have we looked at it already?
What,
the Adorable Scoreable?
No, not
yet,
I
don't
but
think
we have some. Yep.
So yeah, you could make it out the Adorable Scoreable if you want to. You can. You could make it directly out of Miri and remove one of the mat and layer things if you wanted to. Let's put that down flat. Stick this one in place, and then this one at the top, and then we've just got that central panel to mat and layer, and that is all the decorating sort of done. It comes together so quickly.
I know, I can't believe how quickly you've done all the matting and layering.
It's
I guess, you know, when you do it all the time.
practice. Yeah.
I'd be still measuring the same one at 7/8.
Exactly. This is why I like to say just under like 3 or just under 1, because the 7/8 and 16ths and it's so complex. Why did they divide it into 16? Whose idea was that?
I don't know.
So that panel sits across the middle. Give everything a good sort of press down there. Then we're going to get our topper. So we're using this large frame here with all the blues in. Let's just snip out the middle. So we don't need the inner frame for this one. We just need the outer and the topper itself. So just having a little trim.
Carol has said it must be so tempting to go into the designer's area to take a peek at all the goodies come in. So they do have a board up behind the desk and they put some pictures up.
Yeah.
But I think they keep themselves to themselves. They're sneaky.
They are quite sneaky. We do have the like Christmas Factor where we put all sorts of images up for our Christmas blockbuster.
Yeah.
But it was quite a limited bunch this time, wasn't it, who were in the selection process. Sometimes it's the whole office.
Yeah. Sometimes
it's just a handful of people, and I think it was this time just a few select people, wasn't it? Okay, so the rest of this paper that we've got left, we're going to turn it around and we're going to add our frame onto here so that we can create this sort of background behind the topper. So again, we're going to go in with our strips.
And what size envelope will this fit in?
It will fit into 7x7, I think. Let me double check though, when I've just stuck this one on, so that I can let you know for sure. Let me just... Yeah, it'll fit perfectly into a 7x7.
Oh, cool, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I was quite cautious of that when I was doing them. I was like, how can we make this fit into a normal envelope size? Oops.
So this year, you don't have to share your birthday in September because I won't be here. But I imagine I'd like a card posted.
That's fine, Kelly, we can arrange this. Can we all just appreciate the little baby bump? It's just adorable. Kelly, how long have you got left at work?
I have got about 5, maybe 6 weeks, I think. I know.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Have you got everything?
Yes.
Yeah. Is your bag packed?
Half packed.
Okay, I'm not okay with this.
I did buy some things at the weekend.
Right. Don't make me come and pack your bag and put it in your car.
Oh, do I have to put it in my car?
You have to keep it in your car because what happens if you're in work and something happens, you've got to go straight to the hospital.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than being in the hospital and not having your own pyjamas.
Oh no.
Let me tell you, I ended up being in for 5 days with Joseph, totally unplanned, obviously, and I didn't have that many pairs of pyjamas in my bag. So I said to Mark, can you go home and get me some jammies? And he brought me back mismatched tops and bottoms, which I'm just not okay with.
I know, because I know how much you love pyjamas like me.
I was livid. Oh. And I wouldn't mind, but I remember so vividly the ones he brought me were Dalmatian ones. So they were like 101 Dalmatians pyjamas. They were black, white with black spots on.
Yeah.
And I think the top was the opposite, or the bottoms were the opposite. How do you not get a matching pair of pyjamas when they're both Dalmatian ones? I just didn't get it. So yeah, make sure you've got your bag packed in your car. I'm
a little concerned that it's going to be July and it's going to be boiling hot. And I like a full length pant.
I know, I do. I had to go nighty though with Sophie because it was very, very hot. It was the hottest day of the year when I had Sophie. Yeah, it was warm.
Well, I'm hoping it's going to be hot. We're definitely having a summer this year, aren't we?
We are. We're going to make sure we have a summer this year. Okay, so we've got the frame on there now, the topper in the centre. Just making sure the topper and the frame are both on with foam just really lifts and sets it back from the paper in the background. So some foam pads on the back of there. Doesn't really matter where we pop them because nothing's going to overhang here. That's literally going to sit. Let me just bring that in. Super central. I'm going to push it up ever so slightly closer to the top because I'm going to put my happy birthday sentiment at the bottom. I'm not even sure I've got that in the middle. This again is going to go onto the frame, so we can use one of our little foam pads. Let's see if I've got... I'm out of circles. Do we have any circles in here? Oh, we do. I'll just sneak these out, nobody will know. So that's just going to go on the bottom of our frame, again just really making that sentiment pop. And then we're going to add some gemstones onto this. Again, not essential, but if you've got some, when I find them,
Oh yeah, we love gemstones.
We do love a gemstone. I think, did we do some to work with this as well?
We did, and again, they went super quick.
They went. So you can bring out the blues. I did the blues on here, like that sort of soft blue, but we don't have any of those blues in here. So we're just going to go crystal because they work equally as well. You could use some gold ones as well because obviously you've got that gold foiling, and you've got the yellows. You could use pretty much anything, to be fair. I don't think anything would look out of place. So we're just going to go with a mid-sized one and then 2 small ones either side. So almost framing that frame, if you will, with our gemstones. So just bringing those into here. And then just do the same on the other 2 corners. Let's find some more dinky ones. Love using my 3-in-1 brush for this. It's just perfect for grabbing the gemstones.
Yep, you do that with ease.
I know, it's just so easy. You can use the little shovel as well. That's also quite good for gemstones. You can go with this one and sort of scoop them up that way as well, whichever you find easier.
Oh, I like this a lot.
Okay, and then the insert on the back of here, I'm going to go with this one because we've got this left. So this section here, obviously it's 7 inches tall, and I think it is 5 inches wide, so we need to just cut it under that because obviously it's going on the back of there. So let's go, I'm going to go 4 3/4, and then we'll go 6 3/4, so we know that's got plenty of space because obviously we've got those scores either side of it with the fancy folds, so we want to make sure that that's not going to get squashed, or it's not going to mess with the mechanism of that. So again, just one little piece at the top, and then we can add that on the inside of here. If you wanted to be super fancy, you could also do the 2 panels at the edge as well, but just that one on the back there is enough really. And there, that is our keep going the wrong way. Our gorgeous sort of fancy folds.
Lovely.
It's quite cool, isn't it?
I think Kat would approve of this level of gems. She loves gems,
yeah,
doesn't she?
Yeah, I think it just adds, because obviously those spaces are blank, they don't have anything in them, but it does bring that frame and just, it works all together, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it looks really nice. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I know we have some cards to show you that have been made by you guys at home, so let's just have a look at those.
Oh, this is
nice.
Exciting.
So this is by Wendy Wilson. Oh, I love it.
I like that, Wendy.
Yeah. Oh, look at this on a little easel too.
That is so cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you can get those from the works.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I'm sure you can. It's such a cute little thing, isn't it?
Scalloped edges as well. Oh, this is nice.
I like that.
All the toppers there. Yep, lovely. Tracy Altwood.
Oh, I like that.
That's nice. Oh, it was a Mother's Day one.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that with the parchment.
Yeah, so that's what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
The parchment, wasn't it? You can roll it up like
Rolling
that.
it back, and that lace is lovely.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's nice too.
Look at all of these fancy cards.
I love all these cards. Oh, that one's nice.
Happy anniversary. Oh, that's lovely.
See, you can use this for everything, can't you?
Yep. Anything that you've got in your
Oh, a little
stash.
scallop card blank. That's cute.
Yeah. Oh, look at this one.
Ooh.
Happy birthday, sister.
Oh, it's got her name on as well. That's very cute.
Oh, yeah, that's lovely. And then we've got another one here. That's nice. I'm just loving all these different shapes.
Me too.
Everybody's been super
creative.
creative.
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, yeah. So this is like a stepper one,
I love
isn't
a little
it?
stepper, yeah.
I like the colours of that one.
Oh, that one's nice.
Birthday cake.
We like cake.
We love cake here. Everyone knows we love cake here. And then another one by Bethan. Oh, that's lovely.
That's nice too. I like those like Z-fold ones.
And it's good if you have like butterflies in your die stash. Do you know they go perfectly? Just
don't they? Yeah.
Cut them out and add them on. Oh, look, 3 there as well.
Oh, nice.
Some more with scalloped edges. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, everybody, so much for creating these. And if anybody's crafting along today, or you're going to take some inspiration from Anne-Marie, let us see those, because we would absolutely love to see what you've been up to while we're here. And then I know we mentioned this adorable scoreable before, so you can still grab this. It's £4.99. It's got all those beautiful colours. It's 350 GSM. You're going to get 12 sheets, and it's just, you know, these coordinate perfectly. But if you've, you know, the colours that you can use with other kits as well, with other spring and summertime crafting. Lovely lilacs and yellows and pinks. So that's just £4.99. And then, how amazing, I think this is the first time we've done a die with our club gift, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah. I love this.
Oh, it's so pretty.
It is so cool.
So this is the Builder Pansy. So it's £14.99, but if you was getting any of our other Moonstone dies, you can get 2 for £24.98. So that offer still stands with the club gift die. And the 12 metal dies in there, and you can make, just look at all those little pansies. And
They're so cute. It comes with instructions inside as well as to like, oh, it's on the back, sorry, I knew it was somewhere. So cute, isn't it?
So nice. So it's all laid out there, so how you can make it, build it up to make it look like that. Yep, £14.99. And then of course don't forget the inserts and double-sided papers, which I know everybody loves. They're just easy to have in your stash. So you're going to get 8 of the inserts and 8 double-sided papers, but I won't show you all the inserts, but you know, these are what you expect with our inserts, just lovely muted images of those designs from the main kit. But let's just have a look at some of these double-sided papers.
Oh, I love double-sided papers. They're my favourite thing in the world.
I know.
I love them.
I would be too scared to cut into them.
Yeah, that is the downside of only getting one of each.
Yeah.
So maybe get 2. And then, you know, no paper has to go unused. You can use both sides.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love that one.
Yeah, full page. Look at all those blooms. It's amazing. And all the textures on the back as well.
It's really sort of simple, isn't it, that texture? So it isn't too overpowering. You know, you could use it again outside of this collection if you wanted to.
Yeah, if you was making something particularly bold, you could just add these subtle patterns if you didn't want to go too OTT.
You could cut those out, couldn't you, and use them as embellishments.
Oh,
so pretty.
And this one as well. Lovely. So that is all we've got left of our club gift. But we know Anne-Marie's going to make us one more card.
One more card.
Let's have a see.
Okay, so this is our final card that we are making today. So it has like I don't know how to describe it actually. It's like a little window, isn't it? Like a little fancy bay window.
Yeah, it is.
And so it's got the 3 sort of panels, if you will. And what we've done on that second panel is that we've cut a window out of it and added the parchment. You absolutely don't have to do that if you don't have the parchment, or if you want to put acetate in there maybe or something instead. Or if you don't want to do it at all, then you don't have to. So what we need for this one is we need a piece of white cardstock for the back, because that's just plain ink meat on the reverse, and we're going to put one of the papers on it. So that's already cut down to 8x6. Then you need the parchment, obviously. We need the double-sided paper that's going to go on the back of there. You're going to need this cardstock and this topper set. Again, I don't think they are the ones from their sort of sets, if you will. And then we need some gold mirror as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mat and layer our wood paper onto here. That's the absolute first bit we need to do. So nice and simple. And again, some tape on there. And again, we'll do that same thing where we stick the paper down and then trim it so we know it's the exact size. You can obviously cut it to 8x6. Sometimes though, you know, if you get a little bit of movement on your trimmer or anything like that, you might not get it exactly to the right size. So this way just ensures that it's spot on.
Christina said it is a bay window card.
Is it a bay window card?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so just going along here. Again, you could use your craft knife here if you want to. You could even use your trimmer or your guillotine. Just going in with the scissors. So that's the back sort of section done. So then we'll go on to the front piece. So pop that out of the way, bring the trimmer in, because we need to cut this to the same size. So it's 8x6. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it to, no, I'm going to do this because I want to try and not cut this off, because obviously you can use that in another card. So what I did was I looked at the 8 on my trimmer this way down and only started cutting where the 8 was, so that it didn't interfere with this corner too much, because it's just too pretty. And then just go down to meet up with it there. So then we can still obviously cut that off or use that section somewhere else, and we've still got that as well. So rather than sort of just chop into it, just try and be a bit clever, and obviously it just leaves us that little section down there, which you don't end up seeing in the card anyway. It's actually at the top under there, so it doesn't matter too much. So pop that out of the way again for now. Bring the trimmer, the scoreboard in, and we need to do scores at 1/2 inch. So let's just get this in. So at 1/2, because that creates, oh no, that's a 1/4, 1/2. That creates that sort of tab section at the front. Then we're going to score at 2.5. Then we're going to score at 5.5. Then we're going to score at 7.5. We hope that is all correct. Scoreboard back out the way, and then fold along all of these to create that sort of effect. So the central panel is ever so slightly bigger than the other two. And then what we need to do is we need to cut an aperture into this. So the way I always cut my apertures is I use these grids on my trimmer. So rather than a measurement, I use those grids. So I'm going to line up this edge to the second line along on there, which is actually 1/2 inch. Okay, so that I can cut out this section here. So again, just going, oops, just make sure that's nice and straight in there, going 2 up.
June, if you want to send us your cards, I'm sure one of the team watching will pop a link in. You can, it's just on the website and you just submit it, or you can put it on Facebook for us, private message us the cards.
I love to see cards.
Yeah.
It's my favourite thing.
And then Anne always picks her favourites to go in the magazine too.
Yeah, you could end up in the mag. Okay, so just catching those corners. There we go. So we've got that central panel here. So obviously you could put acetate in there, you could put parchment in there, and you could just stick it on the back of here. But to make it a little bit cleaner on the reverse, we're going to make this mirror frame that sort of holds the parchment in, if you will. So that's going to go over here. So that's where our mirror comes in. And you need to cut this to 2.5 by 5.5. So a nice easy measurement, that one. 2.5 by 5.5. And then we're just going to go up to 1 line on the grid this time. So again, doing the exact same thing and going all the way around just up to the 1 line, which is 1/4 inch, if you are wanting the measurements. So obviously we know exactly where that blade is going to cut, which is just makes it so much easier to do things like this. And then up to the top. Just taking care when you get to the corners so that you don't go too far, because then you can always go in with your scissors at the end and just nip those little sections which are still attached. So I'd rather do that than go too far and end up with sort of lines in the mirror. That one's gone a bit too far. You can see it sort of puts that little bit of a line into the frame, which we don't want to do. And then again, just grab that little one there.
Sounds like a little party in the warehouse.
Just a little bit, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
I mean, what's going on out there?
I don't know. We're not invited if it's a party.
Are we? Obviously. Okay, then our parchment's going to go on the back of here. Make sure, yeah, that is the right way. It's not obvious the right and wrong way of the parchment, so don't worry. But one side is a little bit more muted than the other. I don't know if you can see it on the screen there.
Yeah.
Like that is the back. This is going to go onto the parchment to give us that frame. So skinny tape on here all the way around so that we can attach the parchment. And that will just cover that little window. Again, you could do this with acetate if you want to. If you don't want to use parchment, you absolutely could use acetate. You could just use one of the papers if you wanted to, or you just don't even have to do this bit. It's entirely up to you. I just quite liked it. You could even do all 3 panels if you wanted, make it super fancy. Make all 3 of them apertures.
Oh yeah.
There's lots of ways you can adapt this card. So just put that on to there like that, and then trim off again. So again, we know it's the exact right size, fits perfectly, and then that will go over that little window that we've cut there perfectly. So again, skinny tape and just around the edges if you can, so that it goes over that aperture that we've cut out. So all the way along, and then we can get on to sticking the whole thing together. So again, just grabbing that double-sided to pop this in place. So that's going to cover that whole section there, like so. Then we need to get our topper. Actually no, we'll put it together before we put the topper on, because it's going to be a little bit easier. So all we need to do now is secure them at this side, because obviously for this to fold flat, we have got, it's almost like an easel, we've got a topper, a centerman at this side to create the stopper, but it will come out and fold flat to go into an A5 envelope. So we only need to stick down this one side. So let's get our tape onto there.
Lots of answers coming in for a reindeer.
See, I think it's totally doable, because they've got sleighs, haven't they?
I just don't imagine reindeers in Japan.
No, this is true. Yeah, this is true.
But yeah, let us know your answers and we will pick 3 lucky winners tomorrow. I've been a day ahead all week.
Have you?
Yes.
Mark has as well. You know, he put our bins out on Tuesday night, and yesterday he had a right paddy because the bins hadn't been emptied. I'm like, it's because it's only Wednesday, babes. They don't get emptied till Thursday.
Well, Dave came home last night. I was like, are you going to put the bins out? And he was like, well, I would if it's Thursday. I was like, oh, sorry about that.
It's always something like the bins that sort of make us realise, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is add 2 strips of gold mirri just to the edges. I didn't want to do any sort of matte and layering on here. Let me just bring it back in so you can see, but I did want to bring some mirri here because obviously we've got that going on in the centre. Then once we've got the topper on, it felt like the edges were missing something. So it was just like a little bit of a last minute thing. I was like, oh, I could put a little bit of mirri on there. So just a little 1/4 inch strip just to match that frame that we've done, just to go along the 2 sides. So that will also cover up my score that I did at 1/4 inch instead of 1/2 inch, that nobody will even know about.
Nope, nobody will know.
And I'm actually going to go right to the edge rather than sort of sit it in the middle like you would maybe for matte and layering. I'm actually going to take it right to the very edge there and just trim off that one. And then again over at this side.
Gemma has still been crafting along with us.
Oh, well done, Gemma.
She just put, oops, gone a bit wrong with this middle bit, but I'm going to try again.
You can do it, Gemma.
Yeah, definitely.
And then just trim up there. Just pop those to one side. And then we're going to add our, let me just give that a nice good fold. We're going to add our stopper next so that we can see where this is going to sit. So we're going to use that Scent with Love, Scent with Lots of Love, along this side. So that obviously we need to stick it on with a foam pad so we can get the card underneath, but we can just go with a strip. We don't want to, and what we want to do is pop it sort of to one end. So we're going to pop it just on this side of the top, like the top edge. So along the very top there, so that the card will just sort of slip underneath like that and sort of hold itself in place when it's stood up. Then our topper that we need is this one up at the very top edge, and we need all of it actually. We need the inner frame and the outer frame. So let's just get snipping in there.
Emma has said, wow, I'm really loving all 3 of these cards, Anne-Marie, all very different. I'm going to be watching again to do my makes.
Yay!
So many really nice comments about your makes today.
Good, I like this, thanks guys.
Are you on the show tomorrow? Because you're going to have to outdo yourself if you want.
It's Kat tomorrow.
Oh, is it Kat tomorrow?
Yeah. So you know what Kat's like. She'll absolutely smash us all. It'll be marvellous. Okay, we're going to pop this on to our frame. So we're going to create that sort of diagonal effect. Okay, so what I want to do is add a little foam pad. So what I've done, I've lined this up on my mat. Okay, so the points are in the center of those lines there, and this, you can see how it sits just inside that square, so I know where I need to sort of put my tape when I take that off.
Oh, that's a really good
It is
tip.
quite good, isn't it? I don't know that it will always work like that, but on this occasion it's worked quite nicely, so we're going with it. Because what I only want tape on these 4 corners because that is where my top is going to sit. Okay, so let's just take the backing off these 2.
Emma wants to thank you for your tip of running something pointed through the groove of the trimmer.
Oh.
And then she's put, oh, I've lost the comment. It's revolutionary. We were talking about this the other
It
day,
is,
weren't we?
honestly.
Saying that you'd not done yours. I feel like I'd heard somebody said they'd not done theirs so long ago and it was all full up again.
It was disgusting, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it's crazy. You can't believe how much is in there. It's absolutely mad. Okay, we're going to go 2 foam pads on the back of there, so it really lifts both the frame and the topper. And that is literally going to sit right in the middle. Can you see how perfectly that topper fits like corner to corner on there? Let me just line that up and press that down. It is like it was made for this card. It is just perfect. And then again, we're just going to add a few gemstones, and we're going with the purples on this one. We're going that very soft lilac. I just need to open it out because I'm just going to pop them down this side at the top.
Oh, I've just gone back over to YouTube and Sarah said, thank you for showing my cards.
Oh,
Hers
yay.
was the one with lace and it's tape.
Oh, is it? Is it
Yeah.
like self-adhesive? Oh, that's fabulous. It was very beautiful.
Yeah, it was lovely. I would never have guessed that it was tape.
No. Oops. Come back. Oh, stuck to my finger now. That was a very pesky little gem then. Just need to move that up. I've done them too far down on this side and they don't matchy-match. And then let's pop an insert on the back again, because we do still need somewhere to write our message because the inside is very decorative. So we're going to go, let's do that way first actually. So we're going to go 7 3/4 because the card's 8 by 6. So 7 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then this will just go again, just straight onto the back. Just at the top. You can put as much or as little tape on your inserts as you want. I quite like them being loose, so I just like to put one at the top. I thought that was upside down then, but the butterfly is the right way up, so it's fine. There we go. So then when we stand that up, you can see how that just slots into that side there. It gives us that fabulous bay window effect, but it does obviously just pop out and fold flat for posting, and it will go into an A5 envelope.
Oh, it looks ace.
Thank you. Let me just, there we go. It wasn't tucking in then. There we go.
Oh, thank you. So 3 fab cards. So you'll have to go back and look at the comments because there have been so many lovely comments.
Thank
this morning
you. You're all
for
very
these
kind.
cards. So yeah, we hope you've enjoyed the craft along. If you're crafting later, we popped a post out so you can see everything that you need to create these cards. You'll be able to pause on any of Anne-Marie's measurements. But yeah, have fun, and we'd love to see the makes that you create with this. But that's it from us for today.
Yes.
I know, we're back tomorrow with our fabulous pattern packs. Natalie is at Hobby Maker today at 3 PM and 5 PM with the pattern packs and some decoupage rockers.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, so catch Natalie there. And then, of course, we're here tomorrow at 10 AM. Oh, Natalie's back in the morning.
I don't know whether I've switched someone out, and I don't know if I've switched them out next week or this week.
Oh.
Only me or Nat.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't know whether, I can't remember. It's probably next week. Somebody, I wasn't on, I think it might be next week because I was only on one like once. So I'll put myself back in for Friday as well, but I think it's next week. So it's probably Nat and Kat tomorrow.
So we will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. And yes, have a lovely day. Goodbye.